And
And here we are live at 321 Media. This is sports with Sal Moreno, long time radio man doing sports. That's for sure. Going back to 2002. Before that, even a little bit more before that. Love what I'm doing and love Ben. It gets me on the air. That's like a miracle. I don't know how he does that, but Ben is the guy.
I'm the Wizard of Oz, Sal.
The Wizard of 39 Grove Avenue. That's for sure. Even though you can do it, even though you're not even here. Back in the day, you had to be there to do these things. Now you can do them all without even being in the studio. But really, seriously, thank you, Ben. It's a pleasure coming on this morning, wide awake, because there's a lot of good things going on in the area. I want to touch on those. We're even going to have some people in the studio, hopefully next week. We've got lacrosse teams one lacrosse team that is undefeated, the girls, and the boys. I think might have one loss. They're fantastic, but we'll go over that in a little while. I just wanted to touch on something that kind of was a little. It was a little off last week. We did a tribute. It was kind of the WBLQ and 321 Media, and I was part of it, but I didn't really get to say too much. I just want to make some comments. By the way, Tom DePaula did a great job doing a eulogy for Coach Jerry. That's what I'm talking about, in case people wondering what the heck is he talking about. Anyway, it was a tribute that we did. His funeral was a week ago, Thursday, and then we were gonna do a tribute to Coach Jerry, kind of a combined 321 and WBLQ. I got to say a few words, but not enough. Needed more time. So here I am, taking up your time, but with our sponsors and advertisers and whatever, they're fantastic. Couldn't do this without you. We could not do this without our loyal listeners. We could not do this without our sponsors. Thank you very much. But anyway, it was a great day last Thursday at the funeral. Tom DePaula did a great job with the eulogy, and we did a tribute on Saturday, but it wasn't enough time really. So I just wanted to go over something that was left out. They covered a lot of different areas of Coach Jerry's life, but I wanted to just touch on the first part of his career, before he really became a hero, before there was a Sal Jerry Field, before there was an undefeated team, before all these things that transpired back in the early to mid 60s. The mid 60s, some of it was touched on, but not enough. Let's just real quickly go over Coach Jerry's very first Bulldog football win, which is amazing unto itself. We came into the schedule. We came into that year very, very happy that he was the coach. We had a succession of coaches who just did not fit the bill, especially the last one before Coach Jerry. But I won't go throwing any stones. We'll just say that the teams that before Coach Jerry, especially the 64. It started with 64 when Coach Jerry took over, but before that, the teams were really lousy. Not that they were, they even won a championship, I think, in 63, either 62 or 63. It was 62. They won a championship. They had moved down to what I would say the equivalent of a Division 2 or 3. And they won the championship. They had a senior team that was very, very good. The next year they had a lot of the same players, but they just didn't have they just didn't have the coaching that I thought was. And the reason I know this is because I actually was like the ball boy or the water boy or whatever on the team. I never missed a practice, never missed a game, even the away games. Because I lived right across the street from Westerly High. So that year, Coach Jerry takes over, and we're really, really happy about it. And we got a rude awakening. We went to play the injury fund game, which doesn't count, even now. We played East Greenwich, and it was they played all those games were played in North Kingston at the time. And but we played East Greenwich, and we got a rude awakening. They scored 2 touchdowns on us. I think it was 2, either 2 or 3. And you only played one half, and then at the end of the half, we were losing, I don't know, 13-0, 14-0. That was the game. And we get that week, we had to prepare for one of the best teams in the state. South Kingstown had at least 4 all-state players on the team. 1 was football, 3 were basketball, believe it or not. Billy Hazard was the football guy. He had been the all-state the first year. Coach Jerry was very aware of what was going on in our minds because we had gotten shellacked in an injury fund game. He was the man, though, that it wasn't even thought of. The game was over. Let's play ball. We're playing South Kingston, and Billy Hazard was probably the all-around best player in the state. And they had a tight end named Ray Johnson. If you're a PC fan, you know that Ray Johnson was the captain of the Providence College basketball team, believe it or not. He was about 6'7", weighed about 230 pounds. Besides him, they had two or three other all-state basketball players and football players. A couple of football players were all-state besides that, Billy Hazard. So, if you would think, well, maybe we would think, well, maybe the boys would. Sal Jerry, this is his first year. He goes into the injury fund game to get shellacked, and maybe the boys are a little bit down, saying, "Here we go again." But no such thing happened. We practiced hard all week, and when I say hard, it was if you took your basic training down at boot camp down at the Camp Lejeune in the Marines, it was multiply that by 5 times. That's how much the practices were, how tough they were. And we had a guy on the team named Doug Randall. Doug Randall ended up being a all-state caliber player, but he only played really 1 year for Westerly. And if you know, all the signs say Douglas Randall Realtor. He used before he sold it. Doug was a great guy, but he was not really a tough football player. So Coach Jerry put Billy Hazard, the all-state player, put his jersey on Doug, and he made him run almost every play in practice that week. And needless to say, Doug was not treated very kindly by the first team defense. And we came out of those practices, but Doug came out too. He got pretty tough after that week. And the next year, obviously, Doug was the first team. Was on the first team at Wesley. He was a great defensive end for the Bulldogs. After that, and then he played up at URI, either I think it may have been a linebacker or a defensive end. But anyway, that's the start. We go into the game. It's 94 degrees that week. and and that day, and the South Kingston came down with a 2 or 3 busloads of students, and we had a couple of busloads. We didn't have any busloads, but the bleachers were completely full, and we kicked off to South Kingston, uh, and they had a great coach, Warner Keeney, Frank Keeney's son. Warner Keeney had these crazy ways of doing things. Uh, they would he would spread guys out all over the field, and we had practiced against that all week, so it was nothing that was not new to us, because we had practiced against it over and over. Wanakini may have been a little bit surprised, but maybe not. And Billy has it, and crew, and Ray Johnson, and Bud has it. It was Billy's cousin. Bud has it, who was a captain up at URI basketball. He was also on that team. In fact, he caught that South Kingston's first touchdown pass that day, and lo and behold, the Bulldogs down 6-0 right away. And everyone thought, well, here we go with same old Bulldogs. They're just not really up to play in the top level. And 6-0, and then midway through the second quarter, South Kingston drove down the field again. Seemed like it was like butter, and all of a sudden we seemed to get the Bulldogs seemed to get really fired up. And of course, I was on the defense. I was a corner linebacker. We played a 5-4, so that corner was on that side. I was on the outside, stopped those guys from running. And then I can't remember who the other guy was on the outside. It may have been Brian DiMaggio, not sure. But anyway, that South Kingston's got the ball now on our 10-yard line. We only needed 10 more, so the score would have been either 12 or 13-0 if they scored. And all of a sudden we really went crazy, and we stopped them cold. And I can remember every play in that game. That's the impression that Coach Orgeri left on us. It was amazing the way he could motivate. One of the greatest motivators I've ever seen in high school sports, ever. So now the score is 6-0. We get the ball, couldn't do anything. Now it's halftime. We go up. Back in the day, in the locker room, you had to go into your locker room at halftime. South Kingston was downstairs in the downstairs locker room. We were in the upstairs, the main locker room. And Coach Jerry came up that hill, and we were all gathered together in the locker room. And all I heard was Moreno this, Moreno that. Moreno, you stink. Moreno, what's going on? And I couldn't figure out. I mean, there was 10 other guys on the defense. The only name that he knew that at halftime was my name. So we came back out. He did make some adjustments. I will tell you that, with the whole team, and of course, I was by that time was able. I had known him so well because I played baseball with him and all that other stuff. It didn't really bother me. It just motivated me. And so the second half begins. And we had a tough time moving the ball because South Kingston had not only a really great team, they had big guys. And when I say big, I mean they were all gigantic. And if Coach Jerry was still here today, he could explain to you how big they were and how good they were. But anyway, we finally woke up kind of like 3/4 of the way through the third quarter, and coach calls a play. Coach or Jerry calls a play. It was similar to a play that Stonington had run against us out of the single wing. Stonington had done it, so he copied it. Bill Contouris was our quarterback. I could go on and on about Billy, but we'll just say Billy was a very, very smart, confident guy to have back there as a quarterback. The play was called single wing right, backs left, and Billy was the quarterback. The center centers the ball to him directly. All of the people that are going to be in the passing lanes were on the right, were on the left hand side, and then the ball was snapped, and he Bill Contouris goes to his right. All the other guys that are going to be in the passing lanes go to the right, except for Kevin Wool. Kevin played in what we would call the blocking back position at that and on that play only, on that play, and he snuck everyone was going to the right. Kevin snuck out to the left. That's the way that's the way we designed it, and that's the way Stonington had run it against Westerly 2 or 3 years earlier. Kevin sneaks out to the left. South Kingston was fooled because everything had streamed to the right. Kevin catches the ball about 15, 20 yards downfield, and he finally caught him at about the 15-yard line. But that was a dramatic move on Coach's part, Coach or Jerry's part. A dramatic move by Kevin Wool, a dramatic move by Bill Contouris. The offensive line held all those big guys, and we got the ball down on a 15-yard line. Maybe it was the 20, but anyway, it was close. And we ran a couple of plays, and now we're in a situation where we're fourth and about a foot. We're near their goal line, and the place is going crazy. You got 2,000 people in the stands and on the sidelines. 2,000 people screaming, and we got the ball. It was about the 10-yard line, and we got a foot to go for first down. And what do you do? I mean, you know, Coach Jerry's not gonna. He could have tried to kick a field goal. He's not going to turn the ball back over. He's going to go for it. Fortunately, he calls my name, not him, but the quarterback. He says, "Sal, you're running this ball. We're going to make the first down." I went behind a guy named George Buck. George was the right tackle on the play, and miraculously, we made the first down. I say miraculously because we were running right into the steal of the defensive line, South Kingston. So now the fans are going crazy. The cheerleaders are jumping up and down. South Kingston fans are going crazy, and we got the ball first and goal on the 9-yard line. Billy Contouris calls a quick pitch to the left, which means that Kevin Wool, first team All-State. He was an all-state individual in many ways. But this ball was pitched over to him, and he dropped it. He dropped the ball, and the ball landed in front of him. It bounced right back to him. He's on the left-hand side. The linebacker and the cornerback for South Kingston were fooled because the ball had kind of hit the ground, and they were going to go up and get the fumble, but the ball miraculously goes back to Kevin, and Kevin, boom, he zoomed into the end zone. Man. I'm on the right side, and I'm like right behind him, but I didn't need to do anything because he did it on his own. Kevin Wool scored the first touchdown in Coach Jerry's career. You know, it was documented very well in the Westerly, son. Very well. So now what's the score? What did I tell you? What's the score? The score is 6-6, right? South Kingston had scored early in the game, and they couldn't move the ball any farther after that. But we got the ball. We tied it up with 6-6, and guess who's got to come in and kick the extra point with 2,000 people screaming in my ear. Wesley had never. I don't think it had been a long time, but I don't think Wesley had ever won a game by kicking an extra point. I can guarantee you that. So I'm in there, no problem. I had practiced kicking extra points since I was in the 8th or 9th grade, and perfect center by Ace Pomerly. Ace did the long snaps for us, and ball was perfectly centered right to Kevin. Kevin was my holder as well, and I put my head down and just boom, blasted it right through the uprights. And now the score is 7-6. We're ahead. So there's the advantage right there. Now at the end of the third quarter, it was just about the end of the third quarter. South Kingston gets the ball, and they ran. I don't know. They ran 3 plays, and then I think they went for it. They couldn't make the first down, and we get the ball back with about half of the fourth quarter to go. And we scored it. We made a couple of first downs. Believe it or not, it was rough. They were doing everything they could to try to get the ball out of our hands. But we picked up a couple of first downs. Now it's like 30 seconds to go in the game. South Kingston tried a Hail Mary pass to Ray Johnson, and I knocked it out of his hands, believe it or not. And between Kevin and Bill Contreras, those guys were just amazing. I'll name you some of the other guys on that team. Ace Pomerly. Okay, Ace Pomerly was alternated between center and tackle. But on that particular game, I think he may have been an offensive tackle. George Buck. George Buck was on the right side. Gary Capalbo on the right side. Left side, I'm not sure at that time if he was a first string, but Bruce Carson, another all-state Hall of Famer in Westerly. A lot of these guys are Hall of Famers in Westerly. Probably a few more should get in there. I think Ace should be in there. Those are linemen who did very, very well. Kevin Wool, unbelievable. Billy Contreras, and Brian DiMaggio was our fullback. And Brian only became a fullback because the starting fullback, Vinny Gallo from Pierce Street. A lot of people know the Gallos, Frankie. That's that school. That Tommy Gallo, David Gallo. But Vinny had gotten hurt, so Brian he went from God. He was a god. Think of this. Probably one of the top 3 running backs of all time at Westerly. Okay. Brian DiMaggio. Then you had Tristan Toronto, and then you got Goose Gentile, and there's some other guys but then those are the guys in the Supreme. Awesome. So Brian was playing. He played both ways. Everybody just about played both ways in those days. Brian was a running back and a linebacker, and that was an amazing team, amazing game. It wasn't Westerly's best team. That's debatable. Who the best team was. I know in my heart, I know who the best team was. It was the following year when we were undefeated, but that's a controversial topic. But anyway, we've got We get the ball, and then South Kingston tries that Hail Mary pass to Ray Johnson. No good. We get the ball back, ran 2 or 3 plays, made a first down. Then the referee blows the whistle. Game over. Westerly wins its first game for Coach Orgieri. Coach Orgieri we carried him off the field. I don't remember any of these guys getting carried off the field since then. But we carried Coach Orgieri off the field. Amazing, amazing sight to be up at Westerly High School and see a coach get carried off the field in football. That was the first win in Coach Orgieri's football coaching career. It was an amazing, amazing feeling. He felt great. He was like laugh. His smiles all over his face. He just, I went from and really, I can remember clear as day. Right next to him I was being carried off the field myself because of because I kicked the winning extra point, and he's looking at me and we're smiling, laughing. I said about 30 minutes before that, he was really he really wasn't too happy with me until the end of the game. He finally could relax, and that was it for Coach Orgieri. All of those things that happened with Coach Orgieri, and the way he talked to people, the way he could motivate people, and he knew who could take the tongue lashings. He knew the guys that could take the tongue lashings. He knew the guys that couldn't. That was another one of his great traits. It's unbelievable, really. The way he could, some guys he would lash out at, and he motivate them. Some guys he knew that wouldn't work. So he's just an amazing, amazing human being. I had him for physiology in my senior year in high school, and he actually got all his knowledge from a guy named Frank DeWolf, not Frank DeWolf, Professor Dr. DeWolf. All those phys ed majors had to take one of the hardest classes. the pre-med students had to take it too. So that Coach Orgieri was going to excel at everything he did. So just want to say it was a great eulogy by Tom DePaulo. Thank you, Tom. I just wanted to get that game in there. And, there was another game that was almost as memorable, and it was a loss to Stonington at the end of that year that I'm talking about. That was 1964. And at the end of the season, we played Stonington at Westerly in the pouring rain with just as many fans, probably more, probably 3,000-4,000 at least. And then the second half, it stopped raining and it was foggy. I remember that, and I remember it was the most prepared we were for a game I can remember in my career, and probably maybe in Coach Orgieri's career. We were so well prepared. It was unbelievable. Stonington had one of the best teams in their history. They had Dave Siddell and Randy Wentz and Doug Erskine and a guy named Ginther. I can't remember his first name now, but just want to go over that game just a hair. I'm not going to go on and on. We held Stonington pretty well cold that game, and we get the ball back with about I would say 5 minutes to go in the game, and we have to pick up a first down. And another Bill Contreras call, 24 dive Moreno, but let's do it. I do it. I pick up 8 yards. Referee blows the whistle. He says he called number 70, John Barato, for moving too soon. It was debatable. I was right behind him. I know he didn't move, but what are you going to do? Stonington gets a ball back. A quick hitter to Doug Erskine, picks up 30 yards. Jimmy Ginther, catches a pass for another 30 yards. Now Stonington, there's not much time left. The score is 0-0. Staunton's got the ball on their 8-yard line, and they had been trying all day to penetrate us, and they couldn't. But on this play, they really did a really good job figuring out how to get the ball in the end zone, and they did. And I remember it was one of those screen passes to the right, and Randy Wentz caught the ball, and I was the only guy in between him and the goal line, and I met him at the goal line. I was sure as heck going to stop Randy Wentz. I was sure as heck was going to stop him. He jumps in the air about 5 feet tall over me, and hit his legs, and then he gets into the end zone, and I'm looking at his face is about 4 inches from mine, laying down in the end zone, and that was it. We actually caught a ball with 4 seconds left on the clock. Gary Capalbo, one of the greatest athletes in the history of Westerly, the ball hit his hands. He caught it, and he was behind everyone. We would have tied the game up. He was behind everyone, and it trickled out of his hands, and he did not catch it. We did not score, and the reason I bring this up is as one of the greatest games is that in the locker room, believe it or not, Gary was crying. You wouldn't think a big guy like him would cry, but he cried. And Coach Jerry was the first to go over and say, "Gary, you played a great game. No need to cry. No need to do this. No need to do that." And that showed what a great coach Jerry was. Very, very compassionate. Anyway, maybe we take a little break now, Ben, and then we'll come back and we're going to talk about some of the local stuff because there's some great things going on between Westerly and the girls and the boys in their lacrosse. And I mean, the girls are undefeated, and I don't know what the boys. They got one loss, maybe in the private tournament up there, but they're on a roll too. And I'll tell you why. Ben, do you want to go for just a short break or?
Are you looking for a fresh cut in Westerly? Step into Rio's Barber Shop in Granite Plaza. Whether it's a classic trim or a trendy new look, we've got you covered. Experience the perfect cut for every age and style in a friendly and relaxed atmosphere. At Rio's, it's not just a haircut, it's an experience. Visit Rio's Barber Shop in the Granite Plaza in Westerly or give us a call to schedule your appointment at 401-315-2208. Your style, our craft, Rio's Barber Shop.
If you want a sweet treat or a bite to eat, if you're shopping for the week or a great piece of meat, there's only one place to go. Meet me at Dunn's Corners Market. Meet me at Dunn's Corners Market. If you're here for the weekend or you're here for a lifetime, meet me at Dunn's Corners Market.
At the Ocean Community YMCA, community means showing up across 4 branches and 2 summer camps, all rooted in one shared mission. Every day we bring people together to grow stronger in spirit, mind, and body. From fitness floors to youth programs, from lifelong friendships to unforgettable summer memories. No matter your age or stage of life, there's a place for you here to belong, to thrive, and to be supported. This is the place where everyone belongs. This is the Ocean Community YMCA.
And we're back.
Okay, we are back to 321 Media Sports with yours truly, Sal Moreno. I just gave a quick synopsis. It lasted about an hour. Coach Jerry's first win in his first season. Great memories. Those guys that I played with, those were the men. Anyway, look at the Bulldogs this year in baseball. They're having kind of a tough time. they lost. Really started to go downhill when they lost to Smithfield 8-0. Their record is 4-13 overall. Ronnie's doing a good job, as good a job as you can do. But sometimes you either don't get the breaks or high school baseball is very different from most sports. That there was the other big loss was to Charahoe 15-5. They played South Kingston. Yeah, they should have won that game. That was wow. They tried a suicide squeeze to tie it up. I think it was in the 7th inning. They couldn't. They didn't execute. It was hard fought. That was in the South Kingston game. Very, very good game. Ronnie's doing everything he can with his coaches. Sometimes in high school baseball, if you don't play defense and you start walking people, you're not gonna be a winning team. Whether you're in Division 1, 2, whatever, you got to be playing defense. And most of the games that they've lost has been because of errors. That's it in a nutshell. They have a game today. It's at Charahoe, and I think it's pretty sure it's 1:30. Yeah, it is 1:30 right here. It says 1:30 p.m. They're in Division 1, 3-9 in the league. They don't have any chance of making the playoffs, so that's out of the question. But being in Division 1, and you have lost many of your pitchers and your hitters, very difficult if you don't play defense. You could be in every game in baseball if you play defense, if you don't make errors and you don't walk people. That's for sure. They did it. I played for 3 years for Coach Wright, and first year we had George Greer as the pitcher, and there was another team that didn't make errors. So my junior year, Bill Contouris was the starting pitcher. We were right in the thick of everything, even though the team may not have been the greatest, but we were in it right to the end with Contouris and the boys, and that's because we played defense. And my senior year, another team that Charahoe won the state championship that year. Bulldogs could have and should have won the state championship, and we were right there with Charahoe. We didn't make errors. That's how you stay in games in high school baseball, because not everyone's going to be a superstar, and you got to win by doing the basics, the fundamentals. Anyway, that's our Bulldog boys, and the Bulldog girls in softball are doing well. They lost a big game the other day to Charahoe. That was a big game, and I'm pretty sure that was on the 321 media. That was a big game for the Bulldogs. They thought they had a shot. There's a girl that plays for Charahoe. Ben, I can't remember her name now, and it should be mentioned because Janot. Yeah, I think it's Janot, and she
Adriana Jenninot.
Adriana Jenninot, fantastic player. Can play both sides. She can hit, she can pitch, and she's got a good defensive team behind her. That's the defensive thing. It also applies to the girls softball. If you don't make errors, as Coach Luppy said, he said it right. It was in the newspaper, and I know he believes it. They made some mistakes, mental mistakes, and when you do that in high school, you're gonna have a tough time winning the game. So, but the Bulldogs are still in the playoff hunt. I know that they've got a really good pitcher, that's for sure. Frankie. Oh my gosh, Frankie Arnold, who came to us from Prout. I think she's a superstar, but you can't do things mentally when there's a little round ball that you have to play with. That's the key. Anyway, wanted wanted to get over to the girls lacrosse. They're undefeated, and they played a game. I think it was yesterday, and they won 18-5, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have they played Middletown, and they won 18-5. Westerly High girls have a lot to be proud of, and we'll try to see them if they may show up. They may show up here next week, and I know that the boys will also be invited. They're a heck of a powerhouse. The boys, girls even more so this year. Casey Macera, there's a bunch of girls that are playing lacrosse that also played basketball. I know that, and that's one of the things that they're playing to keep it in shape. But I want to get over to the boys now, because the boys are doing just as well. Caleb Williams. I don't know if you guys, Ben, if you've ever heard of Caleb Williams, but he's the guy that came in for Landon Husero when Landon got hurt in the Super Bowl. Caleb came in and threw a touchdown pass. So he's an unbelievable athlete. He's 6'5", and I know he's going to play football somewhere in this area. It's going to be up in Massachusetts, I think. Not really. I think Ronnie's got. He gave me the info on it. But Caleb scored his 200th career goal for Westerly. He's got there's two brothers, Ian Morissette and Evan Morissette, and Caleb Williams. Now, what's his brother's name? Is it Lance? Not Lance. I'm not sure. I got to figure it out now. He's got there's two brothers playing on the boys lacrosse team against East Greenwich this week. Caleb scored 6 goals, including his 200th. Right, it's amazing. Over previously unbeaten East Greenwich. Right, 12-9, knocked them off. Away, not at home. How do you think those guys felt when that game was over? Williams set the school record last year of 108 as a junior. And Caleb is a football player. He's a tight end, and he plays on defense. He can play anywhere. And he's got brothers that are coming up. And then the Morissettes right there behind him. Maybe a little bit behind, not much. Ian Morissette, who actually, I think he scored a touchdown by picking up a fumble this year, and he went all the way. And I'm not sure if it was against West Warwick or not, but it was one of those teams that I don't like. I don't like anybody that doesn't wear the blue and white. Just kidding, of course. It's all sports. It's all fun. Ian Morissette he scored in that game that Caleb scored the 10. I think it was 10. Ian scored 3, had 3 assists. Brother even had 3 goals and 2 assists. Braden Antorch, remember him from basketball? And Logan and Curry each contributed 2 assists in the win. So that's let's hopefully they'll keep on going, and we can salute them at the end of the year. Steve Schaus is their coach, and Dave D'Amato is the coach for the girls. We've talked to both of them in person last year. Girls lacrosse 18-4. That was the score. Did I say? I think I said Middletown. It was Narragansett. Casey Macera 6 goals, 2 assists. 12th win without a loss. They think they got a couple more. Because they beat Middletown. 18-4 road of Narragansett Monday. Gianna Falcone had had 4 goals. Wow. I know a lot of these kids. I know a lot of them. A lot of them have side jobs, to make some money for school. So I bump into them. Phoebe Brennan scored 3 goals. Sienna Fizano added 2 goals. Ella Seltzer and Jenna Parker, a basketball player, very good basketball, chipped in a goal and assist apiece. Victoria Iliano made 5 saves on goal. Wow, unbelievable. Victoria got her name because her father owns a pizza place, and they call it Victoria's. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to say that on the air, but it's down there in Dunn's Corners, and he named his daughter after the pizza place. And here she is.
Wait, whoa. I'm pretty sure that he named the pizza place after his daughter.
Yeah, he did. Yes.
Not the other. She didn't get named after the pizza place.
Oh, the pizza place got named after her.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I know Pasquale. So if I see him, I'll have to apologize to him.
I don't think he was like, well, look, I'm having a daughter. Let me name her after my pizza place. The pizza place.
I got that a little mixed up, Ben.
Yeah, the pizza place is not 18 years old.
That's right. I was thinking of that when I was saying it. I said, yeah, the pizza place isn't that old.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Otherwise, he would have named her Vitranos.
Yeah, that's true. Right. That's right. He's the guy that behind the Vitranos.
Yep.
But now he's got the places up in South County Commons, which are, he was named like one of the 10 best pizza men in the United States.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
Of course. I mean, Vittoria's and Vitranos are amazing, and they've done great under their new ownership as well.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
All right, no, Ben, thank you for that. That probably sounded a little crazy. Yeah. He 18 years. Oh boy. Anyway, we've our local people have done well, and in boys golf with the boys, Westerly boys are doing well. Stonington boys are doing well in baseball, and not much you can certainly say other than that it's the local sports is thriving, and 321 Media is right there for most of my. I mentioned the big game against Charahoe, Wesley dropped, and I enjoy all those games. I love it, love every minute of it. Just wanted, do we have time? Is this we'll go over it a little bit too much, or I don't really need to mention. I just wanted to go over the Patriots.
Sure, go for it.
All right. Patriots are the schedule is a pretty tough schedule this year. It's because of the fact that they finished in first place in that conference, and then the first game of the year is against the Seattle Seahawks, the team that they lost to in the Super Bowl. But I got a feeling that the Patriots are going to knock them off. It's September 9th. It'll be on, all the big channels that host the NFL football. I think I'm going to predict that as a win for the Pats. Believe it or not. And then if I can go on for a little bit with some of the games. They play Pittsburgh, which is another tough game. Let's see. That's going to be an interesting game. That's a home game. The Seattle game is at Seattle. That's the first game of the year. Second game of the year is against the Steelers. That should be a very interesting game. Uh, I think that the sports guy for the Providence Journal is saying he's picking the Patriots to win. I think he's got the Jaguars beating the Patriots at Jacksonville. I would switch that. I think the Patriots are going to lose to the Steelers, but and they're going to beat the Jaguars. But I think that maybe they may win both of them. Jaguars had a good team. They should have kept going. Liam Cohen is their Liam Cohen, Ben, is their starting the head coach, not starting quarterback. Trevor Lawrence is the superstar. He's coming off one of I'll tell you, it was one of the best seasons I could see a quarterback having. The head coach, now I'm getting to it. The head coach for the Jaguars is Liam Cohen. Now Liam was a star quarterback at La Salle Academy in Providence, and then he went on to, because he wasn't in a real highly rated high school. He got a scholarship to the University of Massachusetts. That's what I can say. It was kind of, but UMass is not like these really big college schools. But Liam was a student of the game, and now he's the head coach for the Jaguars. Unbelievable how he did that. He's just amazing. Okay, next the Patriots and the Bills, week 4. That should be interesting. They're playing at the Bills. Pick what you want. I think the Bills are going to finally beat them. This guy says that the Patriots are going to win it. Patriots versus the Raiders. I got to go with the Patriots. Obviously, but the interesting thing about the Patriots and the Raiders is that the Heisman Trophy winning, guy that won the Heisman Trophy, Fernando Mendoza, and he was the first guy picked in the draft this year. The Raiders are not going to win this game. Sorry. I know that Mendoza is a great quarterback, but I think the Patriots just got too much firepower for them. And then, of course, the Jets, why do they, that league with the Jets they're really the division is not as good as it should be. Let's put it this way. I want to say it's a soft division, but I'll get killed for it by my Patriot friends. But they're not playing the iron of the NFL. Let's put it that way. And then you've got your Patriots and Dolphins, and I think that's going to be a split this year. Maybe not. Patriots got to play the Chiefs this year. They're at Kansas City. That's going to be a big game. Patriots, I'm going to say they're going to get beat. That's December 21st, week 15. And then they go back to the Jets. The Patriots got to play the Broncos this year at Denver, though. That's what they, that's going to be a great game out of Denver. Ooh. And then they play the Patriots. The Patriots play the Dolphins again at Miami. That's going to be a Patriot win. I think it's going to be a blowout. Anyway, this guy picks the Patriots 11-6. I don't see how he's got that. I think it's going to be more of a 14-3, maybe even 13. Yeah, 14 wins for the Patriots, and then you get to play the extra game, so it's 14-3. That's how I got that. That's how I see it. My Giants, New York Football Giants. I think they're going to do better than what most people are predicting. I think that that new head coach is just he's going to have him playing ball, and a lot of people are predicting maybe a 500 year. I think they're going to be a little bit over 500 this year. my New York Giants with a new Harbaugh, with a new head coach who's a real head coach, not just in there for the laughs. They're gonna play. They're gonna have to play tough, and I'm saying maybe 9-8, 9-8 Giants. That's pretty good. Upcoming season, they only won 3 or 4 games last year, and that's my predictions for the Giants. Now we got the Preakness tonight, playing they're running it at a different place, but there's not any superstars in that field. Believe me when I tell you, it's kind of a whole game, whole race. Excuse me, and I can tell you who I'm going to pick in a second. But anyway, it's lost. The Preakness has lost its luster because what they've done, the owners of these horses, if they win the Derby, the horses automatically get really pushed into another category. You know, the owners don't want to risk them getting hurt and then losing all that stud money, and that's the truth. You know, the stud money becomes very, very important. You know, if you got a horse that you feel it's going to bring you back a lot of millions of dollars, really, then you're not gonna chance the horse getting hurt in the Preakness, because you know maybe once the I won't say stadium, but whatever gets upgraded, which they're working on now, then maybe it'll be better. Then the Belmont this year is going to be in the it's going to be up in Saratoga. Belmont still isn't ready. What Golden Tempo was the winner of the Derby, and the owner. I think the trainer wanted to go, but the owner didn't want to risk it. And the owner is the owner. He calls all the shots. So that's why you don't have you're not going to get a Triple Crown winner this year. Golden Tempo, trained by a female, first time ever in the Kentucky Derby. But there's been other Triple Crown races where there's been female trainers, but they're not running they're not running in the Preakness. So it's a little bit down, not having a horse to cheer for, but the horse will be up. I guess the race will be sometime around 6:30. Tune in. It's always a little bit later every year, it seems. 7:01. There we go. 7:01. And the horse I like in this race is let's see, where do you go? Okay, let's see. Horse I like for the is I actually like Incredible, believe it or not. We'll see what happens. Taj Mahal looks like good odds. Whatever. But that's it for the horse racing, and I think that we've just about run out of time. And I want to thank everyone out there, including the boss, Ben Barber, for getting us online, and it was amazing. And thank all of our listeners. We couldn't do it without you and all our sponsors. Wow. And of course, I have to make sure I talk to my buddy Pasquale, tell him what I said about the Victoria's. He'll get a laugh out of it, I hope. And I just want to say, have a great weekend, everybody. It's going to be beautiful out there. Take advantage of Westerly's beautiful surroundings and sceneries and the beaches and beautiful Wilcox Park. has their their plant sales this weekend, and I just want to say thank you to my wife, who has put up with me for the last. Finally gotten cleared with my back surgery, which I had, and we're ready to go. So take it away, Ben. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next week.